Hello YouTube, I'm Windraiser. Today I'm coming to you with another Power Rangers review. Today we're going to look at the Dragostego Zord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Now the Dragostego Zord is a 3 Zords, but it's 2 Zords that combine to make the main Zord, and it comes with an auxiliary Zord. So first we're going to look at the auxiliary Zord, which is the Dimetrodon. And this is, of all the auxiliary Zords, this one is by far my favorite. I do like this one. I love the colors of the cyan blue, the silver, the Bandai silver, the gold, the metallic red for the eyes, which is very nicely done, silver for the teeth, and some black for the shoulders and the base of the tail, which is for the gimmick of the spine. Yeah, which is very cool. The spine on his head even is a saw blade, and it spins. And you got the spines here, the saw blade, and the actual main portion. Posability on him: the head does move up and down. The jaw does open. The front feet can move forward about that far. The back feet are pretty much stationary. There are wheels on the back and a wheel here, so that way you're on a flat surface and he will stand flat. You basically push down and he'll roll forward on the wheels on the back of his heels, his tail, and the wheel here that will rub against the table to move the centerpiece. So that's very cool. So I'll put him off to the side. And next we'll look at one of the main components, which is makes up the main torso of the Dragostego megazord, is the Stegozord. And the Stegozord is one of my favorites, next to the Brachiozord. With him, he is fully motorized due to the battery compartment that will sit here underneath his belly. He does have wheels here in the back and up here in the front. The legs do not move. They are stationary. The front legs here only move due to transformation. Get back into place. But the head itself does move up and down, and his little tiny jaw does open and close. But now I do love him mainly because he is in the colors of this gold plastic for the spines and the tail spikes, the Bandai gold here for the different patterns on the back, as well as here in the legs and the toes, and a little bit here on the cheek. The Bandai silver, which is here on the top of the head and the side of the body to the tail, along with the spikes here that it is picked up by the Dragozord. And the silver here around the gold, and I do love the coloring of his eyeball. Nice blue, very nicely done. He does take, the battery compartment easily just pops right off, and he takes 2 AA batteries. Oop, you stay on. The on and off switch is the spine here on his neck, so this is the stationary setting for it. So you put it forward, and he will roll forward, push it back, and he will roll backwards. And it just keeps it on its main setting. So put him off to the side. Then we'll take a look at the main guy, the Dragozord. And I like how it's called the Dragozord when it has nothing to do with the fact that it's a dragon. In all reality, it is basically a giant pteranodon. Now, according to paleontology fossil records, the giant pteranodons that were about this size were called Quetzalcoatlus, but they had a longer neck and a thinner body. The only one I can think of that would relate to one like this with this type of cresting is a Tapajara, but it's just a giant pteranodon. So he is in a beautiful black and white with some Bandai silver and some gold throughout the body. Very nicely done. Nice red here on the eyes. I do love the crest. And his jaw does open and close by this little lever right here to open it and close it. Caw. Caw. Honk. The head does move up and down. The legs do move forward and back on a soft detent. There's a ratchet here at the elbow. They sort of, it's like a detent ratchet at the ankle, and the feet do close, so you can have it like that and get it into some nice flying poses, and just like have a string wrap around the wings, and you can hang it from your ceiling. Just dive bombing in. So to merge this with the Stegozord, you're basically going to rip this guy apart. So first we're going to take the legs, pop them off. Take the wing, whole wing assembly, basically push underneath, and it will pop up, and you slide it out, and there we go. We'll set this piece and the legs off to the side. So we're going to take this piece and fold what were the wings straight up. Take this whole section, rotate it around, and fold out what will now be the feet. So the Drago wings will be forming the Zord's feet. So we'll take Stegozord, and get him ready. You basically will just stand him straight up, take the front legs, and swing them all the way back. There you go. And then this piece will drop down onto it, like so. Okay, nice click, nicely secure. So we'll go ahead and take the Drago arms, plug them on, and rotate them at the wrist, plug it on, rotate it at the wrist, and these panels here will flip up all the way back as far as they can go to reveal the face. And there you have the Stego Drago Megazord, or Dragostego Megazord, whichever one you want to call it. Now, out of the Zords and dinothunder, this is my favorite one. I did have the Thundersaurus Megazord, but I ended up trading it for another Megazord, which I did a review of, and that was Shinken out. So we'll get a close-up look at him basically from toe to head. He is a beautiful Zord. I do love the chest detail, and I do love that head sculpt. That is a beautiful head sculpt. And I also do love the spinal crest on the sides. So that's a nice touch. The posability on him, just like any Sentai Zord, Sentai, full 360 for the arm. He does have an elbow bend, he does have wrist swivel, and he does have an open and closing hand. Now, to take the rest of the body of the Drago, what this does is it will turn into his main weapon. So we'll take this piece, we'll fold it all the way out. There's a little lever right here on my fingers at. Bring that up, swing it all the way out. This forms a handle, and then we'll take the Pteranodon crest, split it down the middle, on either side, and there you have his weapon, which is thick in the Sentai. It was called the Death Drago arrow, something like that. It's a something arrow. You can go ahead and peg it into his hand. There's a little peg right here, which will plug into that hole. And there you go. And you can hold the weapon very, very nicely. So that actually acts like a support for when he's holding straight out. So it's very cool. Now, to interact the auxiliary Zord into this, because this is a motorized toy, and sadly I do not have batteries to do the motorization, but when the Stego's walking, the spines will move. They still move when you add auxiliary Zords to it. So for this, we're going to take off this arm, set it off to the side, set him down, stand, no, okay. Then we'll take the Dimetro Zord, Hold the feet all the way back, the front feet all the way around. Fold it in half. Rotate the tail piece. Rotate it. So that way we have this connector facing that way. This Zord will fold in half. Like so. And we take the auxiliary Zord and plug it onto where Drago's arm used to be. So now he has a giant saw blade for a weapon. And if you do have the batteries in this, the blade will spin. I think if you push it backwards, the blade spins this way or that way. Any direction you move these spines forward or backwards, it will spin either direction. And you can have it on. You can switch it around, vice versa, and have it on this arm. Around like so. So it's very cool. You can have them displayed with this or with the other, with his arm, your toy. Do what you want. I usually just have them displayed. Yeah. There we go. With by Metro. Usually like next to him or in front of him on my display shelf, and just have him standing as is with his weapon in hand. Now for a size comparison of the Dragostego Megazord, here he is next to the Last Night Megatron, and Megatron comes up just past his hip. Here he is next to a Titan's Return Scout class figure, and this is here he is next to Wingspan. And Wingspan comes up just to his knee, just a smidge. And here he is next to Titan's Return Double Cross. And Double Cross comes up just to his hip. So he's a very big figure. But yeah, there you go. So there has been the review of the Power Rangers dinothunder Dragostego Megazord. I'm Windrazer, and I'll see you on the next review.